welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing another college video where I talk about rooming with someone for the first time ever, which was definitely an experience. If you are new here, hi, my name is Shreya. I do Vlogmas, so I would love it if you could hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. So growing up, I've been blessed enough to always have my own space and always have my own room, and that's kind of what I've always known. I have a sister. She's 7 years older than me, so we never really shared a room. I had a sleepover with her maybe twice a year, but that would basically it. I've kind of always just had my own space, and I love it. I love it that way. So coming to college, I wasn't really nervous about it, but I kind of was. I was nervous about living in a smaller space, of having to share it with someone, of having to share a bathroom with 4 people, and it's just really stressed me out. I've only lived in a dorm for a couple of months because I just did my first semester of college. I'm a freshman, but I will talk about how it is so far. It's definitely different because living in your house, you basically have everything you need right here, and you don't have to worry if you're a little messy and you throw stuff on the floor, and you can basically do whatever you want in your room and be as loud as you want, stay up as late as you want, put the light on, and there's really no consequences. You're just living your best life. Now when you go to college, you're living in a much smaller space and you have to share it with somebody else, so it's kind of a culture shock. But I will say I got really lucky with my roommate. At High Point, you have to go in blind. There is no way to pick a roommate, and at first I was really mad about that because I wanted to go on the Facebook page like everyone else was and pick my own roommate, but it actually worked out really well. My roommate and I are basically kind of the same person in our habits. We wake up basically the same time on weekends and we fall asleep the same time. I always fall asleep a little bit earlier, but because I wear hearing aids, I just don't really notice when she makes noise, and when I make noise when she's sleeping, I don't think she notices either because she's just sleeps right through it. We each have our own side of the room, but we also both have sisters, so we kind of just use each other's stuff because we agreed that we could, and we basically live fine together. Living with someone is really not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Yes, I would prefer my own room, but that's nothing against my roommate. I just like having my own space. My biggest advice, if you have to go in blind, is just trust the process, and when they give you a questionnaire, just fill it out honestly, because if you don't, you'll end up with someone that's just crazy. I know people who filled out the questionnaire dishonestly and they've ended up with roommates that actually were what they put on the questionnaire. They said that they like to clean their room every day, when I only said once a week, and they ended up with someone that actually does like to clean their room every single day, and so that's a conflict. So definitely when you're filling out the questionnaires or when you're looking on the Facebook group, definitely pick someone that you could see you would actually room well with, not someone that you're oh, they look like someone I would want to be like. Just don't do that because you will end up with so many issues. I haven't had that many big problems with my roommate at all, because whenever there is something, I'm just hey, do you think you could do this instead of this? It's just always talk about it instead of being passive aggressive or blowing up at her, because I just don't like doing that. I think living with someone has really taught me that I don't like to have a lot of stuff, and when I came back home, I'm so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I have. I'm just okay, I need to get rid of this stuff. I need to give away half my clothes because I just don't really wear it as much, and I learned how to live without a ton of stuff. I like being more minimal. You definitely have to respect the other person's boundaries, and if they like to go to bed super early, then you probably should not be blasting the TV at 1 a.m. in the morning. So you definitely have to respect your roommate and change your habits. There's definitely a lot of compromise that goes into it, even if you're not particularly aware of it. And it definitely got me missing home a lot, because for at home I just have my own room and I like it that way. It's just nice having your own space, but living with someone really isn't that bad. I actually found that when my roommate left for a couple of days to go home or something, I didn't like being alone because I was so used to having a roommate. So you will get used to it, and don't freak out. There are girls who are oh, I'm gonna hate my roommate because I just want to have my own room. Just don't feel like that, because that's just dumb. Long story short, I actually like living with a roommate. It's not bad. It was just a little bit of an adjustment. If you want me to do more in-depth videos, ask me questions down below and I definitely will. But yeah, that is how living with someone for the past couple months have been. It really had not been that bad, and I think it's because I lucked out with a good roommate. That was it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!